Scarlet and Violet just came out. Well, a week ago. So today, I'm going to show you my run through the beginning of the game and Victory Road, one of the quests in the game. You know, there's gonna be so many twists and turns and everything just gonna go right! So I start by naming my character Arieis, me and my mom, and then someone mysteriously barges in. Kind of reminds me of someone. Wow, okay, you can just let yourself in, alright. Not that I mind, no, none of us care. We head outside to meet our first Pokemon. Sprigatito, Quaxley, and this thing. We take a nice walk with them over to my neighbor's house. We meet our rival Nemona. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm Nemona. Nemona, you can Nemone me anytime.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Now it is time for us to pick our starter Pokemon. Oh, this was like what they showed in the trailers. I choose Sprigatito, name it Salad, while Nemona chooses Quaxley. We go for a battle on the beach where I proceed to smash. Nope, not that one. No, wrong word. Destroy Nemona's Quaxley. We say goodbye to my mom, and now our adventures in the great and glitchy Paldea region begins. We fall down a cliff with probably the best animation I have ever seen. That animation. We meet Miraidon, who guides us to the cave to get out. No shit. Like, I mean, what else is it gonna do? We meet some guy outside the lighthouse who's kind of mean. His name is Arvid. He tries to battle us, but utterly gets destroyed. And then we get Miraidon's Pokeball. We set our sights to the academy. Oh yeah, and here's a little bit of a plot summary of what's going on. We're going to an academy called Yuva Academy. And after a couple trainer battles, we have finally made it to Mezagoza. But first, another battle with Nemona and her Pokemon with light bulbs on their heads. This is called terrestrializing. Here's an explanation on screen. I change up my look and battle some Team Star Grunts. Damn! I will give that to them. That was a cool intro. After heading to school, we meet up with Naomi. What? The heck? Naomi? What is wrong with my script writing? We meet up with Nemona and discuss Victory Road. After a lot of days at school, like a lot of days, we're finally left free to go into the wilderness. Even though we're only 10 and only have our cat and some other things to like guide us. Whew. That was a really long intro. Sorry it took this long, but there's a lot in the intro that you need to kind of just discuss, and you know, it's just, okay. You know what, you probably don't care. Let's just get into the gym, huh? Yeah, the gym! After witnessing a fight between the white-haired emo and the teacher's pet, I accidentally make my way to Victory Road. I had to take an interview and completely failed it because I have no experience, they said. I mean, I have 0 badges and maybe only level like 15 Pokemon, but what the fuck, man? You know what? Fuck you. That was just, So I did a little bit of cheating. I decided to head west to the Bug-type gym leader. We should probably take a look at the team that I have, you know. I have Salad, the Stonks, the Lechonk. Jeez, that is so hard to name. Little Chungus, Pooper the Whooper, your mom, and Little Doe the Fido. Okay, is that your mom? joke. It was meant to be you, because you know, like Ralts evolved into Gardevoir eventually, and you're gonna be like, yeah, it's like your mom, like hot. Yeah, don't show the clip. Oh. Okay, listen, okay. Smash. That's what I'm saying, bro. You just gotta look at the numbers. I also got a Diglett named Diggle. Don't ask why it's called Diggle. You don't want to know. Let's skip to the Bug-type gym leader. After completing one of the weirdest gym challenges I have probably ever seen, the gym battle wasn't extremely hard. Little Doe takes out the Nimble with ease, and also the other Pokemon, which I really can't remember the name of. I switch out into Pooper with her Terra-type Teddiursa, which turns into like a Bug-type. Now, this was kind of rough. Pooper goes down to a Fury Cutter, as well as a lot of my team. But thankfully, a lucky flinch from Little Doe takes down the Teddiursa and gives us our first gym badge. Let's go! I set my sights for the Artisan Gym, which is a grass-type gym. After my last gym, I realized I really needed to train up my Pokemon. So how about we skip the 40 minutes that I was running around aimlessly. I made my way back to Mesagoza, where I encountered Argon again. But he's not really important to the story right now, so we'll just ignore him. After making it through all the rough terrain, now it's time to fight this man's plants. And he's very intimidating. Can we pause for a second here? Normally, you are meant to find all the Sunflora in the gym for the gym challenge. However, there's one Sunflora in this town that you battle. Weird, right? I passed the challenge, but it was weird. Now for the gym. I knew Pooper would be our best bet when it comes to grass types. I sent him out to put the toxic spice in. Then he switched into Tater Tot, a Pokemon which I recently caught, and used it to take down most of the gym. But when his grass-type Sudowoodo came out, I made the mistake of sending in Salad. But we clean up the battle and get our second gym badge. Fuck yes! We also meet this very weird guy outside the gym. We set our sights for the Luvancia gym, which is an electric-type gym. I also brought Big Diggle on the team because electric types. But then I met my worst enemy thus far. Christian, the office worker, and his clef key of hell and pain. This battle lasted 20 minutes of back and forth fighting. I was in so much pain and just wanted it to stop. But I pulled through. I take on Nimona again, which is still one of the easiest battles I've ever done, then challenge Iono, the electric-type gym leader. In order for us to pass the gym challenge, we need to get our viewership up. Well, I hate to break you the news, but Twitch's views are declining, and oh hey, and it's our director! After getting the dub, we're finally able to take on Iono. Now, for the first time, I was drastically unprepared. Like, it wasn't even a competition once we got to our Mischievous. But then, after leveling up the team, it's time to try once more to get it. I was able to take down the Wadrow with Salad, and sent out Diggle against Luxio, but lost, so I sent in Salad to finish up the fight. Let's talk about Poop for 1 second. He's a poison and ground type with water control. That is so broken. So we were able to set up Toxic Spice and take down the Belly Bolt, which only knows electric and water type moves. I think you can see the problem with trying to attack there. And after a close call with Mischievous, we won our third badge. Yeah! Hey! Now guys, let me remind you. Save that. Let me remind you of something. Why don't you go and smash that subscribe button? I mean, you could. Moving on. At this point, I started to realize I need to be able to complete some of the Paths of Legends quest. And you'll be able to see me completing that soon. But for now, let's just skip over it. We're going to the water type gym in Casaferica, and we head inside to be greeted with the gym challenge of returning the guy's wallet. Yeah, because apparently he forgot it on his way to gambling. So we have to go all the way across the desert to reach him in Porto Marinera. But before we can give him his wallet, we have to deal with this ass over here. Oh my god, bro. So I gave him a little kick. Then we give the gym leader, by the way his name is Cafu, his wallet back. He then becomes a rip-off Mr. Beast. So, I bet 45,000 Poké Dollars and win completing the gym challenge. Even if I was kinda under-leveled, when going into this fight, I knew it would be fine. Salad takes down the Veluza with ease. Lildo takes down the Wug Trio, and the final Pokemon... Oh, now it's gonna be dead to like poison, maybe. If not, it's gonna be... Yeah, it's incredibly low. Yeah, it's done. We're done here. With that, I got my 4th gym badge. Yeah! We're halfway there. Oh. Out of this whole run, I would say that Gym 5 was the hardest. I definitely got slapped in the face after the last few battles. I'm of course talking about Larry, the normal type gym leader. Larry's strongest Pokemon's type happens to be the one type I cannot counter. Let's just start at the beginning. I make my way to Melody to fight him. Google the answer to this gym challenge. Did they just die? Did they just die? Did we just kill a bunch of people? And fight Larry and lose tremendously, thanks to his Pokemon being way higher level than me. So for the first time in this run, I'm stuck, and I need to swallow my pride and grind. And this is exactly what I did. And it was really difficult. I was so sick of grinding just to be on par with Larry's team. But I did find some level 45 fish that made it pretty easy to kill. But again, I challenged Larry. Salad kills the koala, don't really care to remember his name, and Pooper takes out the second Pokemon. Now it's Staraptor. I barely made it through this with Salad, and I did do it. Larry is now defeated and all is well again. Yes, yes, yes! Oh. Because now I have my 5th gym badge. Again, Nimona wants us to battle, but she loses. And this time in front of the top champion. Again, we need more abilities from the Path of Legends, and as I already said, we'll save that for a different time. I set my sights for the Bug-type gym in California. I recently caught a Dragonair that I wanted to evolve, but it was too high level to use. But I needed to grind again, so I went back to the fish again. I made it to the gym challenge, which kind of felt like a fitness test, but as usual, I passed. And now I met what Pokemon would be like if it were made by Gen Z. Hello there, I'm Tugu, the gym leader here. Did Jenya say you slayed? What the? You slayed out there. I don't know how to feel about this. Hee, I must say you're a cute challenger, are you? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. This gym was really boring. Bug types are just not it. So, here are all the kills. Mom, get the camera! Alright, nice. Now we can go on to the... Before making my way to the next gym, I caught a Riolu named Doug, before going back to do what I love to do most. If scientists are ever wondering why the fish population is going down, just tell them to watch this video and they'll know. Then I make it to Montenerva, where the Dark-type gym leader is. Nemona again wants another battle, so I do what I do best. Nemona sucks. Just remember that. The gym challenge, we need to hype up the crowd. And of course, we achieve it. We achieve it. What else did you want? This is my time, this is my day, you're not gonna stand in my way. Listen up, Rhyme, your reign-in's here, you're gonna get rung by this pro cashier. Oh, damn. Boom, boom, pro cashier, well, I'm about to check this out. Must got your rhymes on a deep discount. Please, you think you're gonna step up your game. Fool, I got the rhyme right there in my name. I'm a specter from which there's no projector, and a victory unto me you will render when the crowd sees you as a mere pretender. Now we take on the Dark-type gym leader, Rhyme. For the first time in like this entire run, I actually came over level. As much as Rhyme's lines were aight, her Pokemon were falling left and right. You can see what I did there. That was a rhyme. Ratio nerd! And now we have our 7th gym badge. One more to go. Finally, we have Grusha, who is out in the literal middle of nowhere. So I did my final gym challenge, which was legit, just like every single other gym challenge that we've done. I won. I feel like this is getting kind of repetitive, but it's the last one, so I don't care. And again, I was underprepared now. I tried to win, but didn't come on top because of one thing. I forgot to buy more revives. LOL, lol, happiness, ha ha ha. That's a real knee slapper. Why? So I bought some more revives, and yeah, I came out on top. It was pretty close, but I did it. I don't really want to explain the battle because it's not very much interesting. I don't know what to do anymore, man. But now, I have all 8 gym badges. So I took a few days off to work on some other missions in Pokémon Violet. And also to train up my Pokémon. And now, here's my final Elite Four team. Mag the Magneton, Doug the Lucario, Big Boy the Dragonite, Pooper the used-to-be Wooper, Sally the Meowscarda, and Good Boy the Arcanine. Now this is the most prepared I have ever been before a battle in this video. So I teleport my way to Victory Road. and I take the same exam that I once failed. Oh, so long ago. I pass it with flying colors. First up is Rika, who specializes in ground types. And ground is one of my biggest strengths. Salad runs rampant, murdering all of Rika's Pokemon. Big Boy also comes out to clean up whatever is left. 1 down, 3 to go. Next up is a child. Wait, a child? Why is there a child? Okay, you know what? I don't care. It's time to take on Poppy, who is all about steel types. Good Boy takes out the first, as well as the second, third, fourth, and final Pokemon as well. 2 down, 2 to go. Next up is our old pal Larry, the depressed businessman. He's in the flying types, so Magneton carries this battle through and through, along with Pooper backing him up. Well, now, let's skip to the end of Hazel's fight. I designed every Pokemon on my team to wipe the Elite Four teams, and it never considered backup. So when his Baxter Clear came out and one-shot Big Boy, I didn't know what to do. Now, with boosted Dragon type moves, he could fully wipe my team if I didn't do something before. You see, completely on accident, off recording, I taught Doug a Dragon type move. Because of Doug, we made it out of the Elite Four alive. The champion. The one who has been watching us from the start. The one that held a deep desire to battle us. And now, it's go time. The champion battle wasn't as hard as it was led up to be, as we fully wiped all of Greta's team. But now, the true Pokemon champion awaits, as we enter one last battle with Nimona. Soon, it was her starter against mine, representing a time when things were much simpler. Before I even stepped 1 foot into the academy. Finally, the Pokemon goes down, meaning we have officially beaten Victory Road. Thanks for watching. And now I actually started a VOD channel where I'll be uploading the whole gameplay of Victory Road. You can watch the video with the first link in the description or the card on screen right now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi, I did this before. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out 2 weeks ago. I posted my first video last week. So maybe you wanna go check that out? I don't know, I think it would be... Today, I'm going to be playing through one of the other side quests in the game, called Starfall Street. This is a quest about the evil team for the game called Team Star. Why don't we just jump into it? I'm going to rush through a lot of the beginning because I go into further detail in part 1. So, you can go watch part 1. I chose Sprigatito as my starter. Meet Nimona.
Hey yo, what the?
Fall down a cliff. That animation. Meet a mean guy named Arvin. And set my sights for Yuba Academy in Mesagoza. After a quick change-up of my look, I run into a girl who is being bullied by Team Star, who is our main target for this video. The battle really wasn't hard, as Nimona gave us a Terror Orb, which allows us to terrestrialize. Here's a definition on screen. The girl's name was actually Penny. And, yeah. She was getting bullied. What else do you want me to say? After talking to Arvin, I was about to leave when suddenly my phone got hacked. by someone named Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, why don't you cast open these nuts? Oh, I have to include that in the video, don't I? They talk about how they want to take down Team Star for all their evil doings. When they hang up, the director of our school, Director Clavel, tells us to shut up, and so we leave. After going outside, Cassiopeia hacks into my phone again and tells me about all the Team Star bases, which there are 5 by the way, around the Paldea region. Alright, long beginning out of the way, let's get into the game. And very quickly, we're skipping pretty far ahead, because when I was filming for my Victory Road video, I accidentally ran into Team Star's Second Squad. I agreed to be part of Cassiopeia's operation, and then we meet Clive. He's kind of familiar looking, if you know what I mean. And he also gets accepted into the operation. He's apparently an academy student, just like us. Very believable. After basically murdering the Team Star grunts animals, this is where the story stops for a bit. Mainly because I was completing the Path of Legends quest and the Victory Road quest. So, yeah, skipping ahead. Now my Pokemon were very high leveled. And no, this was before the massacre on the Chansey species. And, we'll talk about that later. And because I was very high leveled, I went in expecting this to be super easy. And well, let's just say it turned out exactly how I thought it would. I rang the bell and started on the mission. I had to kill 30 Pokemon with the auto battle technique. Which is literally exactly what it sounds like. With all of that being super easy, then the boss comes out. His name is Giacomo, I think. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And after a pretty big loss, he handed it his 2-week notice. Oh yeah! Then we learned that Team Star actually had a code of conduct, which was constructed by this guy. They're also waiting for someone. The strongest boss in all of Team Star. Learn about all of that. You get hacked again by Cassiopeia, who gives us some crypto or Bitcoin or whatever. Then Penny shows up, as now she is also part of Operation Starfall. And she gives me some Pokemon parts, let's just say. Cool, 1 down, 4 to go. Now I take on Team Star's Fire Squad, which is located near Levancia, where I meet Clive, who kind of looks like Director Clavel. I don't want to be that one guy, but he kind of looks like Director Clavel. I'm just saying it, but you know, I digress. I head up to the base where I battle another Team Star grunt. Clyde comes back with this little buddy right here. Aw, he's so cute. And his name is Charlos. We love Charlos. Another hack from Cassiopeia, and they tell me all about the Sheeter Squad. Sheeter? And they're burning passion or, you know, some shit like that. I ring their very real ring doorbell. Not sponsored, by the way. This fight was a little bit difficult because, you know, my starter was at a disadvantage. But whatever, it's not like it was hard or anything. Then Mommy comes out. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Mila, yeah, comes out with her truck. And now for the battle, yeah. Oh yeah, and also her Tesla Model X goes down pretty fast. It was just a big disappointment. Then, again, we were taken to around a year and a half ago. We learned that Mila was very much the fire of the group, being very intimidating. Then we learned about Operation Star, and their biggest comeback ever. But against who? And we're still hearing about this big boss figure. So, who is the big boss? But they say Operation Star is apparently their biggest treasure. We don't have answers now, but we did defeat the fire base. I'm running out of ideas! And after getting some Ethereum and Pokemon parts, 2 down, 3 to go. Now to the Poison Group. After meeting up with Afro Man, Miss Director Clive. Director Clavel. Clive. We see a kid who really wants to speak to the boss of the group, whose name I don't even want to try to pronounce. He is apparently his compadre and owes something to him. I mean, I beat up the kid. Wait, no! Then I ring the abode doorbell, and now it's time to storm the base. Kinda. This is where my level gap sort of started to catch up with me. And a lot of my team is weak to poison, so it was kind of a challenge. But I managed to wreck 30 more Pokemon, and now my kill count is officially 90. By the way, I killed the Skuntank, the Revavroom, and the Toyota. And then, once again, we go back in time to nearly a year and a half ago. This boss was a costume designer, and obviously designed all the costumes that Team Star was wearing. But again, we learn more about Team Star. The supposed bullies themselves were actually the ones getting bullied. Team Star was made to stop the bullies at the academy, and they used that through Operation Star. But whatever happened to these bullies? And still, who is the big boss? And a question that I haven't really asked is, who is Cassiopeia? And what are their intentions for taking down Team Star? We still have many questions that are not answered. The kid had come to talk to the boss and try and not get him expelled from the academy. But now, I beat the Poison Crew. Hey, that's what I'm talking about! I got some Binance and some more TMs and animal parts. 3 down, 2 to go. Alright, the next crew is the Fairy Crew, which the boss there is the youngest member out of all of them. I mean, his freaking piano teacher is here. Like, what the frick, man? I mean, it's kind of funny. Anyway, Clive shows some concerns for who Cassiopeia is. I mean, I think we all do. And we take on the piano lesson guy, by the way, and kind of struggle, but ultimately we come on top. Now I ring the base's front point and start the challenge. The base hunt was still a little harder, and no, this is still before the tragedy of the Chanseys, which it was something, let's just say. The fight was also pretty simple. Not many casualties. Oh, yeah, and also the Ford went down a little bit, and it had a bit of a fight, but yeah, it went down. And now, for the 4th time, we go back 1.5 years again. We learned that the bullies were very much scared of Operation Star and ended up leaving the academy. In fact, according to some of the bosses, the bullies didn't even put up much of a fight. More along the lines of being cowards. But in doing Operation Star, they damaged their own reputation. And because of the previous director, all records of them doing any good at the school were destroyed. And I guess that's why everyone thought they weren't pretty evil. But now we know why Team Star was made, but we still don't know who made it. Hell yeah! I got some more tether and, more parts. But 4 down, 5 to go. Before I talk about this, just know this was actually recorded after the Great Attack of the Chanseys that happened in 22. And yeah, it was really boring, and I have a huge number of Chansey parts now, and I don't want to ever use them. But after checking out the new mountain area, which I had never been in, I go to the fighting type base where I meet Clive, who is already battling the boss of the base. An actually named Grunt tells the boss to go rest up, and she wants to battle me. Well, I mean, what did you expect me to do at this point? I won. Cassiopeia tells us that this is the final base, and that this will be the toughest one of all. I know we're pretty late into the video, but here's my team going into it. We have Salad the Meowscarda, Good Boy the Arcanine, Doug the Lucario, Pooper the used-to-be Wooper, Mag the Magneton, and Big Boy the Dragonite. And after reading I ran out of doorbell brand names. Yeah, I infiltrated the base and killed another 30 Pokemon. But now I was thinking more about Cassiopeia. How I have absolutely no idea who they are and what they want to accomplish. I challenged Arieis to the battle, which is harder than usual, because fighting type Pokemon are pretty much stronger. But I do win, regardless. For the final time, we go back to that fateful day, 1.5 years ago. Except, we pretty much know everything. And even when we encounter the Grunt, she tells us stuff we already know. But yet, our real question is really yet to be answered. Well, I guess that's all of them. Who is Cassiopeia? The one question we've been asking ourselves the full video. Who is the boss of Team Star as well? Don't worry, search out for them. The true identity of the big boss is none other than me. I knew it. I literally knew it. I knew it. That was, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep it from you for so long. The whole time. Everything that has been leading up to this. As they tell us to meet in the schoolyard after dark. I make my way to the school where I see Clive, who turns out to be Director Clavel. That was so interesting. Oh my god. But what really threw me through a loop was that he confirmed that the big boss was him. While battling him, I didn't quite know what to think. I beat him pretty easily before realizing that he was lying about being the big boss. And then he gets yelled at by Time. You know, the math teacher. But as I go into the building, and inevitably the courtyard, something doesn't make sense. Who could Cassiopeia be? Well, only one person has never been there while Cassiopeia was calling. Only one. Penny, the girl we helped from the start. The big boss of Team Star is Penny. Her plan was to make herself lose to me in order to disband Team Star. So we engage in a battle. That was honestly not that hard. In fact, it was pretty easy. And Clive, the whole time, was recording for all of Team Star to watch. So we go back in time, once again, to after Operation Star took place. Cassiopeia knows that the group needs to stop. What they did was not okay, and everything about that. But the others refuse. And again, we see how secretive Penny is. She takes the full blame for everything. And leaves the group just to protect them. But everything changes once the bosses show up. Team Star gets punished by having to run their own things that mimic the style of the Team Star bases. Then Director Clavel tells me to go to his office. By the way, he famously revealed that he is Director Clavel, and it was pretty funny. He congratulates me, and Penny comes in and admits clean how she's been stealing the crypto illegally. Then Penny and I meet outside, where she thanks me and gives me a TM. And she wants to know, how on earth could I repay the debt that she owes me? And before I go, I started a VOD channel. It's called Arieis VODs. You should go check it out if you really want to. I already uploaded the full adventure of Team Star on there. Give it a watch if you really like. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day. Alright, here we go. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out 3 weeks ago. And yes, I'm reusing footage. Hey, maybe you want to go check out that video as well. Today, we're playing through the final quest in the game, the Path of Legends. Let's get started. We'll go over the beginning one more time. I get out of bed. Mommy, meet my rival. Oh no, I pick Sprigatito, then battle Nimona, and then I fall off a cliff. Met this thing, and then it walked me through the cave. I also met a very high-level Houndour. The dragon grabs me and takes me to the surface again, and then just kind of dies. Then I meet Arven, who seems to have an issue with me and my dragon. He gets mad at me and then challenges me with a level 5 Squavit. So yeah, I might have done some things. This crybaby bitch runs away and gives me a Pokeball. Miraidon's Pokeball. The legendary of this game's Pokeball. I go to the top of the lighthouse and set my sights for Yuba Academy. I make my way to Mesagoza, change up my look, battle these fools. If you want to know their full story, the video's on the card on screen. Once I make it to school, I head to the cafeteria and meet Arven again, who actually seems a little bit happy to see me. Wants to go lick some herbs or some shit like that, but doesn't have the skills required to do it. So he gives me the location of all 5 Titans. So now again I have to do a little bit of skipping, and I've already finished 3 gyms. I go over to the Badlands area. I don't really know what that is. I don't really want to look it up either. And I see a crab on the wall who runs away from me. But then I catch up, battle him, and he dies, but not, and runs away. Arven shows up again to help me out with the crab now, who just went Goku on us. I also think what it just ate was weed. Before going on, I feel like I should explain this game's gimmick. Terrestrializing. Here's a definition on screen. And it gets buff because I didn't completely one-shot it, so... But, I win either way. We head into the cave to find some Herba Mystica, and Arven whips up a sandwich. Miraidon comes out and requests my sandwich. So I give it to him, and he powers up. And now, hey, I can go faster. Yay! Oh, hell yeah! But when I'm not there, and when the game's just a black screen, Arven sends out a Pokemon. I don't even know who it is. I get a call from Professor Turo, who, by the way, kind of looks like a Giga Chad, and he teaches me to dash with Miraidon. 1 down, 4 to go. After making my way up the mountain with a lot of really easy trainers, I get a call from Arven telling me that there's a Titan nearby. Also that there's falling rocks. So yeah, I avoided those. I met this very ugly bird up top. The bird was a little bit more difficult because Salad has a disadvantage to flying types, and I had to use Arcanine, but still it was easy. The bird does that Goku syndrome thing, and we fight again, but this time with Arven. At this time, I think both Arven and I put in the equal fight. put up an equal fight. It's not like I was relying on him too heavily. We go inside the cave and find some more Herba Mystica. Arvin makes us some Subway footlongs. And again, Miraidon comes out and steals my sandwich, but powers up again with the ability to swim. It's too easy, man! Miraidon actually tries to steal Arvin's extra sandwich, but he snaps. Then he reveals his reasons. His Pokemon had been injured in a fight with another mysterious Pokemon, but this time he couldn't get it to heal. And so Arvin wanted to get these Herba Mystica to make sure his dog fully recovered. And again, we see this weird area. Area 0. And that's the story. Now 2 down, 3 to go. I make it to this place on the map to find a worm. That was kind of easy. Oh, it moves. And now let's fight. And it has arms. Orthworm takes out Good Boy, so I switch into Salad to finish up the fight. Then it burrows away. I follow it into a tunnel to lead to a new area, where it also goes Goku. Arvin shows up as well to help. I terrasilize and do quite a bit of damage. Then I clean up the fight and follow Arvin into the cave, where we found some more Herba Mystica. Then we get some Firehouse subs. Miraidon powers up again, this time being able to jump higher, and Arvin gives his sandwich to Mabosiv, who finally speaks for the first time in a while. 3 down, 2 to go. The next Titan is in the Aceto Desert. This one kind of looks like a Donphan. I chase it and eventually corner it and start the battle. It's Iron Treads, which came from Area 0 apparently, which Professor Turo told us about. Iron Treads was tough. I wasn't high enough level to take it on, but somehow I managed to pull through. However, when it got to its Goku stage, it was hard, but the Pokemon was targeting Arvin's Pokemon, so I was able to get a lot of chip damage in, and so we were able to defeat Iron Treads. Go in the cave to find one more of those Mysticas. He whips up a Jersey Mike's sandwich, Miraidon eats my sandwich again, and powers up. This time being able to fly, woo! Oh, and the dog didn't have anything major happen this time. Alright, 4 down, 1 to go. Bro, I am on fucking fire right now! I did a lot of grinding, thinking that killing all the fish was how to get the Titan, but it turns out that was good for a different video. It was part 1, by the way. I mean, you can also go watch that too. I found the fish that said Titan on it, and then I watched it get eaten alive! Crazy times. Oh yeah, the final Titan. Yeah, it was easy because of all that fish massacre. The fish retreated, so I followed, and then the small fish went inside to get the Mystica. And then we saw the food chain at work again, and then the big fish went Goku. And it wasn't hard. But then after that, the little fish came out again. I legit can't describe this food chain. It's weird. And the little fish was more difficult than the big fish. Arvin was basically soloing this until his Greedent fucking died. And then I barely managed to outspeed and kill it after using 3 different revives. Oh my fucking god. Hey, but at least we got the last Herba Mystica. I gave Miraidon my Jimmy John sub, allowing him to climb. Arvin gives his to his Mabosiv, and then a miracle happens. Mabosiv makes a full recovery. However, we get a surprise call from Turo. He explains how he needs Arvin to get back to the lab. Arvin explains that Turo was his dad. How he hasn't had a father, in a way. I go back to Poco Path, where it all started. Where I beat Arvin there. Arvin explains his reasons for why he hates his dad. We head into the lab to find it's dusty everywhere. However, the computer turns on. Turo explains why he needs help. And now he's stuck in Area 0. He also said he needs the Violet book to carry out the final step of his research. and Arvin just so happens to have it. However, he warns us about the dangers of Area Zero. He tells us that we should get others before leaving into Area Zero. However, Arvin wants to battle us first. And I'm going to be honest, I lost. I was too underleveled, and I just needed some more time to get higher leveled. So I went off and did the Elite Four and killed a lot of Chanseys. Then when I came back, my Pokemon were around over level 62. Arvin didn't really stand a chance. I wiped the floor with him. However, he makes a point. We need support if we want to enter Area Zero. He recommends Penny and Nimona. But first I need to finish Starfall Street! Arvin gives us a call telling us that he has some people to go with us to Area Zero. I head off to the Zero Gate. Where I meet Arvin for our final challenge. We check out the inside where we meet Nimona and Penny, who Penny turned on the lights. Turo manages to get a hold of us to tell us things we kind of already know. We make our way to the lower level. I send out Miraidon, and we fly into the great crater of Paldea. We made it into Area Zero. Also, Miraidon seems scared of something. Turo calls us again, telling us that there are 4 locks in the research station scattered throughout Area Zero. Before making our way to the first research station, Penny absolutely roasted Arvin alive. Nobody asked you. Stop flexing up. Nobody asked. Yeah, guys, nobody asked you. We also encounter a Glimora, which Nimona and I take care of. In fact, it was actually mostly Nimona, but we don't talk about that. Now, we're inside the first research station where Turo informs us about it. Then we disable the lab. Now, we also see the relationship between Arvin and his dad worsen. The group starts to make up on our way to the second lab. However, before going into the research station, we find another Pokemon. We see a robotic Delibird. Iron Bundle. Penny and I battle and it goes down pretty easily. And Turo also explains some things. Turo explains that Pokemon like Iron Bundle are from the future, but were brought back in our time. In the Zero Lab, there's a time machine. However, humans cannot return from this time machine. So, let's say a human were to go to the future. Now, this human can no longer return to the past, unlike Pokemon, who can just go in a Pokeball. Press the button and move on to the next one. Before making it to the next station, we meet a Pokemon, a familiar face. Iron Treads, but smaller. And so I killed it. We talk about how if these Pokemon were to roam Paldea, then disaster would be inevitable. Inside the third station, Penny makes an interesting observation with maybe Miraidon being a future Pokemon. Arvin explains that it was found by his dad when he was working on the time machine. In fact, that was the first thing that Turo brought from the future. Apparently, it's a future version of Cyclizar. But apparently, there's also another one. Somewhere in Area Zero. I press the button, and now we only have 1 lab left. We make our way to the lower levels where the final lab is. Out of all the labs, this one was the most destroyed, but we didn't encounter a Pokemon outside, so, yeah. However, creepily, the professor's voice is skewed. I turn off the final button. And now the Zero Lab is finally unlocked. And then we made it to the deepest part of Area Zero. Professor Turo calls me and warns us about all of the dangerous Pokemon inside. Now, let's take a little bit of a break. I know I haven't fully shown you my team at this point, so why don't we just go over it. I have Salad the Meowscarda, Big Boy the Dragonite, Doug the Lucario, Pooper the used to be Wooper, Mag the Magneton, and Good Boy the Arcanine. Alright, before we push the button, we let Miraidon out for some reason, then we push it. But then we were attacked by the other Miraidon. But it didn't attack us. It just stopped and went inside the Zero Lab. Then the dangerous Pokemon Turo warned us about came out. We managed to defeat a bunch before the others told me to go inside the lab. The other Miraidon is there, but he goes back into its ball. Then we learn the truth about Professor Turo and how he's actually an AI-powered robot. The real Turo died. He takes us down the elevator where we see this strange room. Turo also explains why he can't leave the lab. AI this powerful like him has not been invented yet, meaning he cannot go out into the world because of it. He also tells us to put the Violet book in. However, if we do that, we have to battle him. Which, he is an AI, and one of the strongest trainers in this game. But I put the book in, and now it's time to battle him. This fight was really hard, because he had all of the iron Pokemon. So lots of switching, damage, potions, and headaches later, we defeat Turo. Then Arven, Nimona, and Penny all come down to the lab. Turo thanks us and tries to have a one-on-one with Arven, but then the machine boots up again. Turo sends out the other Miraidon. My Pokeballs were locked because of some crazy electric signal, except Miraidon's Pokeball works. So I swapped him in and he transformed into his battle form. We managed to do some chip damage before my Terra Orb starts glowing. So, I terrestrialized with Miraidon and finished the other Miraidon with a Terra Blast. Turo congratulates us. He gives some beautiful words of encouragement, but tells us that the time machine won't stop unless he's gone. He knows he needs to go to the future to stop the time machine, but also for his own sense of adventure. And then he flies into the future. Arven has a realization that it was for his best. But then we did it. We saved all of Paldea. But now, I think it's just time to make our way home. Again, before I go, check out the VODs channel. I'll be uploading everything there. Thank you for watching my playthrough of this game, and have a great day.